Alright, hi guys. Today I'm finally getting a chance to get around to do the 1,000 mile review on the Defender XMR. Actually, by the end of that ride, we had just over 1,100 miles, I believe, on that XMR. So since then, everything's been since the beginning, everything's been great. We only had to return it for the faulty smart lock, but that came right from the manufacturer. One of the 4 pins was actually pushed in when they inserted the connector. Why it wasn't caught in quality, who knows, but that was the only thing that's been wrong with it. That happened right at the beginning. Like I said, they swapped it out, no problems. Since then, everything's been great. Put a number of accessories on there, which you guys have probably seen. We'll go over a little bit more of that today. Without waiting any longer, here we go. So we're back in our little review spot from before, and we're going to start off with the Defender. We're going to keep the X3 really short. I know there's not a whole lot of people out there that care about the X3, but some of them that have the non-turbo version like I have here, the 900 HO, they're kind of interested in some of the stuff on that, so I combined them. So let's see, over the last 1,100 miles, I guess the first things we can start to talk about is like tire wear. I'm rarely seeing or barely seeing any tire wear, cross fronts and backs. And keep in mind the 1,100 miles was really mixed. We started off with some snow riding, and then it went into the spring and summer, so a lot of gravel, sand, and probably at least I'd say 50 of these miles were actually ran, or even more, were ran right on asphalt. We found a way to traverse between St. Helen and the Denton Creek area around Prudenville. I don't know if it's 100% legal, but we do it, and the tires have held up great. Axles, everything's been wonderful, tight, no clanking, no banging. I have done the normal maintenance on everything. I think she's had the 2 oil changes on this one. I haven't messed with diffs or anything like that. I know one of the big complaints or problems that some people were having were with the rack and pinion. No problems there. That's been solid. Hopefully that was on Can-Am's side and they fixed it, for everybody going forward. The winch, I don't know, I'm a little disappointed in this synthetic rope and the way it works. You tend to get it all in there nice, and then when you go to pull somebody out, the rope will actually sink right down to the center, push all the other to the side. So I gotta figure out what I want to do about that. I'm definitely not going to cable, but I need a better rope. I did move to the window. People were asking me what that first window was that I had installed. I just took some 1/4 inch plexiglass, cut it out, and I bought that $20 trim that I had mentioned and put it around the glass, or the plexiglass, and it was working great till summer hit. As some of you probably know, the heat can get quite heavy out from underneath the dash. And between Ash and I, we're trying to figure out a way where we can either come up with some kind of vent to bring in, or try to seal off that heat. It's great during the winter, but sucks in the summer, especially when you put the doors on. But the doors, in my opinion, are a must because of the mud. Another thing, if you guys did buy the doors and you hate the rattling, what I found is I took some plastic tubing, and they do get beat up eventually, like these need to be replaced, but if you put some thin wall rubber tubing over that pin, the door seals nice and tight and you'll lose any rattle that was there from the beginning. All the seats have held up nice. I did recently, and I was hoping to do an install video, but some of these things are kind of difficult to do without my camera guy with me. I installed some coal pin utility hangers, and these are perfect for hunting season. You can load your rifles in here, as long as they're locked and unloaded, of course, and go from spot to spot. So we're looking forward to using that this fall. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Take a look at the motor here. If you want. Haven't had any issues with the belt. I've opened it up a couple times just to see that we're not getting any leakage from these snorkels, and it's been completely dry. Definitely do need to think about blowing the dust out. If you do go in there, get your air hose and blow that thing out. They do collect a lot of dust, and that'll just help with your belt life and clutch life. I'll flip around to this side. Another thing I will comment about this XMR is, man, it's not the cleanest right now, but compared to cleaning the X3, it's night and day. These things were made to get filthy and nasty and clean up real easy. I actually dread getting in any mud with the X3 because it's just a nightmare to clean up. You know, of course, put the roof on from when I bought it. That's about it. I have been talking with Dyno Jet about getting a tune for this to unlock some of that horsepower that is definitely available. I mean, this same motor is pushing high 90s or even, I think, 100 horsepower in the Maverick. So it'd be nice to have a little bit of bump. Not that it needs it, but you know, so we can see what we can do with it. And I've started to enjoy messing with the tunes on the X3 using the Dyno Jet. That's been a lot of fun, and I'd like to do it on the XMR as well, share it with you guys. So any other questions you guys have, just post them down below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. As for the X3, this has, I believe it's about 700 miles on her now. Of course, I did switch out the tires. I went to the Tenza regulators, which those are holding up really well. I like them. Chase bar, or chase light. A lot of people ask about that. I got that on Amazon. It's $100 by Xpri, and the thing is super bright. All the guys that I ride with absolutely love following me now, especially when it's dusty. Takes away any of that worry about smashing into the back of somebody. You know, you do got the live readings coming from the Dyno Jet if you'd like, if you're interested into that kind of stuff. The Xpri light did come with a switch, and it's a rocker switch, so you can have it off, on, and then you can cycle through the different patterns of strobes. And I also was able to use the center white light as a backup light, which was great, and then turn signals as well. So that's very nice. Other than that, that's about it for. Oh, and I did install the Canon air filter. I believe that was 81 on Amazon. Haven't even drove it other than out of the garage to here, so I'm not really sure if it has helped at all or not. So that's about it. Once again, thanks guys for watching. We'd love to hear from you. I'll post our email address below. If you guys are ever riding in the Michigan area, please let us know, or if you have any other questions, I'll be more than happy to try to answer them for you. Thanks for watching, guys.